Coronavirus Chronicles, number 4. I went for a walk with my daughter Rachel this evening. The weather was warm, but it was cloudy and grey. We followed our usual route, a circuit around the block, past our old house, still curious as to how it looks now, then past the post box, down the hill and then turning right to the main road. We passed an elderly couple walking in the road, the woman leaning on the man's arm, frail and holding a stick. The woman, not the man. It's still a main road and it was fairly busy. Maybe key workers heading home from work. It was hard to tell. A young man in a Porsche 911 roared past, a cap on his head, stubble on his chin. Was he a paramedic speeding home after a tough day? A junior doctor on his way to Farnborough Hospital? A supermarket shelf stacker on his way to a supermarket shelf stacking shift? Possibly, but somehow I doubted it. I suspect he was just a young man in a hurry, in a Porsche. We turned left at the traffic lights, just behind a man carrying 2 bags of shopping and a woman in a motorised wheelchair with a small dog tied to the handle. Another couple dawdled as their dog sniffed the pavement and cocked its leg at frightened bushes. "I wish they'd keep walking," I said. "This is a pain." "Let's cross the road," said Rachel. A jogger was heading towards us, shorts flapping, headphones jiggling, but he veered into the road to avoid us, keeping his social distance. We passed a house with a book on the gatepost, presumably left as a gift for passers-by. Abandoned. Read or unread, it was hard to tell, and the coronavirus still smeared on the cover. I looked closer. It was Chris Moyles' autobiography. If you had to choose one book to get rid of during a global pandemic, it might as well be that one. The golf course was closed, with a tractor trailer parked across the entrance, preventing access to those who had no garden of their own. Incongruously, the water sprinklers still sprinkled, keeping the abandoned fairways pristine, green and deserted for when life returned to normal, if it ever would. "They should open them up for people to walk on," I said. "Bloody government," said Rachel. There was a path on either side, and we crisscrossed the road, avoiding other walkers, joggers and dogs. "There's yoga," said Rachel. "Yoga?" "The dog," and she pointed at a large, fluffy, brown animal, walking beside a man who carried a plastic bag of shit in his hand. "Mum says he likes a fuss," said Rachel. "Oh," I said. "The dog," said Rachel. "Not sure about the man." We walked on. Suddenly Rachel stopped. "Look," she said. It was a pigeon, on the ground, face down, propped on its beak. "I think it's dead," said Rachel. She leaned closer. The pigeon wasn't moving. "It must have just died," she said. "What, just like that? Fell out of the sky? Dead? Just like that? Weird." She lingered over the dead bird. "I've never seen a pigeon lying on its stomach before," I said. "It's a metaphor. It's like how coronavirus has come out of nowhere and landed on us. And here we all are, on our stomachs, with our beaks in the ground. Struck down by a killer we can't see, or hear, or smell, or taste, that worms its way into our bodies like a great pop song. All our dreams and plans flattened and gone, all our wasted technology, all our useless poetry fluttering in the breeze like broken wings. It's just a pigeon, Dad," she said. We walked on, up to the corner and turned left where a car was parked, its lights on, a radio thrumming against the door, and a man inside, sitting there, listening and waiting for the end of the world. "What shall we have for dinner?" said Rachel. "I'm hungry." "Thank you."